a film that can teach us compassion, forgiveness, and a child showing everyone is equal regardless of their gender. Now buckle up and let's fly to Japan. His was released in 2020 and directed by Rikiya Umeizumi. Now, Rikiya Umeizumi has done a lot of love stories, so it's safe to say he's got the love story genre down pat. So this won't be the last time that you'll hear about this director from me. But let's get into this story. Now we start with Shun, played by Hio Miyazawa, who lives in a country-like and peaceful area by himself and content living a simple life, growing his own vegetable patch. One day, he comes home to a surprise of Nagisa, played by Kisetsu Fujiwara, an ex-lover that had left him years ago. Now, Nagisa brings with him his 6-year-old daughter named Sora, played by Sakura Sotomura, a bubbly and overly protective of her dad. Nagisa tells Shun that he is in the middle of a nasty divorce with his soon-to-be ex-wife named Rina, played by Wakana Matsumoto, a workaholic and will stop at nothing to win Sora. Now, even though this is a story that's quite familiar, a couple breaking up and a few years later one suddenly comes back, but isn't so easy. Now, what got me curious about this story is when a kid or a child is also in the picture. I like to see how parents go about explaining to their little one how divorces work, especially this scenario when some kids are familiar with the same-sex relationships. I'll admit I'm still quite naive about the LGBTQIA+ struggles, but I have a feeling this story is sort of like a best-case scenario. Now, Shun lets them stay with him for a while, and during their visit, all three tend to wander the small town and get to know their neighbors. After a long day with Shun taking care of Sora, while Nagisa goes to Tokyo for his divorce, Nagisa unexpectedly kisses Shun, but Shun pushes him away, making him angry and hurt all over again, like when Nagisa first left him. When Rena snatches Sora away, Nagisa, feeling defeated, finally tells Shun about what happened all those years and his reasons to marry and begs Shun to be with him again, because Shun is the person he truly just wants to be with. Now, the whole movie, I can feel the emotions of all of the characters, so the acting doesn't go unnoticed. I also want to mention how beautiful the setting is. There's a few moments when Shun admires the scenery, which then makes you admire it as well. I love small town stories because the film allows you to appreciate the deeper meaning of what it's trying to say. And I think the lesser the people, the less chaotic in the story. When Sora spots the two kissing one night at home, she naively tells the people in town the next day, and she comes across like it's a normal thing. This leading to Shun and Nagisa needing to decide whether one or the other should leave the town, or what to do with their relationship. Not long after this incident, a close friend of Shun passes away, leaving words of wisdom about the close-knit community. And during the funeral, Shun reveals his true self and his love for Nagisa to everyone. With a custody battle at hand and the court hearings being held in Tokyo, where society still believe in raising a child with a male and female is right, what will happen to Sora? Will Nagisa and Shun survive the discrimination in a very backwards world? Now, I actually appreciated the pace of the story in this movie, and I love how it was able to cover both the town's reactions to their relationship and the whole custody battle scenario. I also want to praise Sakura Sotomura. She did an amazing job playing Sora. Her acting looked flawless and depicts the emotion of a 6-year-old really well. Especially the scene when she talks about her dad kissing Shun and not understanding how that is weird when everyone was telling her that it's wrong. It goes to show how society dictates how we should treat others from very young, which is actually quite sad. And unfortunately, I admit I sometimes don't speak against the masses, even if it's going against my own beliefs just so I don't get ostracized. That's really wrong. But I promise you that I am working on it. Now, my last thoughts on this movie, you have to watch his. Even though there's a lot going on, there's a lot of life lessons you can actually take away from this movie. The structure of the movie is very well directed and a story I'm sure you'll all value. Now, if you've watched his before, comment below, let me know what you think. Let me know what your favourite scenes or favourite parts are, or what you like about the movie or don't like about the movie. And if you can please just subscribe and hit like, that will help me a lot. And until next time,